What's going on, everyone? Cameron Blazer here, welcoming you to week 1 of the IPSA. I am the coach of the San Antonio Salandits, and just a heads up, if you cannot tell, I am sick. I'm sorry that I'm sick. Nothing I can really do about it, but I'm still going to get this video out. I have a sinus infection, if you're wondering, so yeah, this is fun. I am battling within a few, like about 35 minutes or something like that. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. You see the team we have down there, and we're gonna go over his team real quick. Question of the day: what is the best bug type in League format in your opinion? I would say Scolipede is. As you can see, our opponent has a Scolipede, and it's very scary. He also has a Mega Beedrill. We'll go over that in a bit. But first up, as his tier 1, he has a Landorus-T, very hard-hitting Pokemon. 145 attack, 105 special attack, so it has the option to run special. It does get Calm Mind, but it's typically just going to run like Earthquake, Superpower, U-Turn, and maybe Iron Head, depending on what he wants to use for Mega Altaria. We can, in our spread, we can live 1, so that's nice to know. And outside of that, this thing will like punch holes in a team. Like, there's nothing I can really do about it. It's a Landorus-T. And also, if you hear my dog, I'm sorry. He's excited for some reason, barking outside. But base 91 speed, so it's typically going to be either ran Choice Scarf, Life Orb, Choice Band, maybe I don't know. Maybe he'll try to pass speed to it with his Scolipede. And run Choice Band, which would be very scary. Things like Excadrill typically can't really do much against this thing. And Landorus is just a really good Pokemon because it does have Intimidate. And I'm gonna take if you hear me drinking water in the background or Gatorade or something, it's because I need to keep my throat dry. Or I'm not dry. Make sure my throat isn't dry. So real quick. There we go. All right. So that's better. So yeah, does have a decent amount of bulk. 89 HP, 90 defense, 80 special defense. Can be a bulky variant with like Rocky Helmet, so we have to look out for that. Outside of that, though, not much this thing is going to be due. It does get gravity, so we can't really. The option of running Air Balloon is kind of out the window, and our team like Electros can't really. Electros and Haunter will then be getting hit super effective by Earthquakes. But this thing can actually have knockoff, so we'll have to watch out for that. Up next for his tier 2, he has a Scolipede. This thing can sweep my team if he uses it right. And we have to watch out for that. It does get Mega Horn, it gets Poison Jab, it gets Superpower, Aqua Tail. We need to watch out for all those. It gets Swords Dance, Baton Pass. It cannot Baton Pass with Swords Dance and Speed, but it can Baton Pass with Swords Dance by itself and Speed by itself, so we have to watch out for that. I was about to talk about Vaporeon for some reason, but we're not done here. It does get Speed Boost, like I said. It can be a lead spikes, toxic spike setter, so we have to look out for that. Hopefully he does not try to hazard stack us because I'm not bringing Rapid Spin this week, fun fact. If he does, our swaps are going to be very limited. Sorry. I just need to get this video done. Like I said, this thing is very fast, hits very hard. Defensive-wise, it's pretty bad. And it cannot be run special. And its move pool isn't the greatest, but Scolipede can, in fact, put dents in our team. Up next, he has a Vaporeon, very bulky water type. Hits really hard too. 130 HP, 60 defense, 110 special attack, 65 speed, 95 special defense. Very bulky. We need to be sure we can break this thing down. Hold on, I need to know. If you can't tell, my voice just got a little rusty. So 1 second. Alright. I should not be doing this at night. Then I gotta go record the freaking post-com after this. Which I might wait till a few days. Probably gonna wait a few days until I do that. But it does get Scald, it gets Ice Beam, it gets Toxic, it gets Roar, it gets Baton Pass of its own. It gets, what else does it get? I think it gets like Shadow Ball, it gets Haze, so things like, we can't, like, if we try to set up a Swords Dance, the thing can haze it away. It does get Hydro Pump, it gets Signal Beam, it gets, like, Toxic, I already said that. So, again, this thing's really bulky. What I think, if he's probably going to bring it, he's probably going to run, like, Scald, Wish, Toxic Protect, or Roar outside of Toxic. But I know Scald, Wish, Protect, in either Toxic, Roar, or, yeah. Up next, he has a... Oh my gosh, my voice sounds so much better right now. Up next, he has a Tornadus Incarnate. Very, very fast Pokemon. Hits pretty hard. 115 attack, 125 special attack, 111 speed. It does get Prankster and gets things like Agility. It gets... what was it called? Tailwind. It gets Rest. You can be Rest, Bulk Up, Sleep Talk, and then Coverage Move. It gets things like Knockoff for Utility. It does get Sludge Wave and Sludge Bomb, so we have to watch out for that with Altaria. I'm pretty sure it gets Iron Head. Doesn't it get Iron Head? No, I'm lying. It gets Iron Tail, though, so we have to watch out for that. Get, like I said, Brick Break, Crunch, Acrobatics. Whether I think he's going to bring it or not, I doubt it. He might, though. I do not expect it, but it's up there. Something I'm also not really expecting is his Skuntank, just because we have an Altaria, and this thing can, even though it does get Poison Jab, we live one and we can like Roost up or Dragon Dance on him. So I'm not really worrying about Skuntank too much, but it does have 103 HP, 93 attack, 71 special attack, 84 speed, so it's not that fast. I think it is faster than Altaria, so we do have to watch out for that. Not after a Dragon Dance though, unless he wants to bring Scarf Skuntank, which would be weird. It does get things like Sucker Punch, so we have to watch out for that as well. It gets Flamethrower, so Celebi isn't the best swap in, but neither is it because of Poison Jab. Excadrill relatively handles it well, but again, Flamethrower, but its special attack's very low, so we don't have to really worry about that. However, for his Tier 4, he has 8 Virizion, and Skuntank's a Tier 4, by the way. Virizion is actually kind of threatening to my team because between, outside of Celebi, our team does not handle Virizion very well. Things like a Swords Dance, Leaf Blade, Close Combat, Poison Jab, and Poison Jab even then, like, Poison Jab, yeah, it doesn't get Poison Jab? I thought it got Poison Jab. I guess we don't really have to worry about that. I thought it got Poison Jab. I must be thinking of, like, Terrakion. Yeah, Terrakion gets it, never mind. But nonetheless, this thing can be threatening to our team. It gets Zen Headbutt, which is interesting, and X-Scissor. So X-Scissor, he can bring, like, Swords Dance, Leaf Blade, Close Combat, X-Scissor, and our team would be just like kind of screwed. That does hit pretty hard. Stat-wise, this thing's a little underwhelming. Its best stat is Special Defense at 129, so it can run Calm Mind, and it's pretty fast, 108, but 90s in its attacks can really hinder its ability to actually Wall Break or Sweep. But I'm not taking this thing lightly. It can set up a Swords Dance, and anything with a Swords Dance up can be pretty scary. That's his first 6 Pokemon. His next 6, he has a Mr. Mime as his Tier 5. Very interesting that he grabbed Mr. Mime. I guess he needed a fairy. 100 is special attack, 120 special defense. Everything else is pretty garbage. 90 speed, so he will outspeed our Altaria, and does get access to Dazzling Gleam, not Moonblast, which is interesting to know. Has Soundproof, so we can swap into Hyper Voices. So Mr. Mime actually might come if he thinks we're bringing a special Altaria. Outside of that, though, this thing is set up fodder for our Excadrill, so not too much problem for that. Up next for his Mega, he has a Mega Beedrill, very, very hard-hitting Pokemon with Adept ability. Move Pull isn't the greatest, and it's pretty fast as well. But its move pull is typically going to have like Protect, U-Turn, Poison Jab, and coverage moves. If he wants to run Knockoff for our, I don't remember. Well, like, he can't run a certain move. I can't remember. Like, he can't run Drill Run to hit Excadrill because then things like Electros can do work against him. And Haunter, if he doesn't run, if he runs Drill Run, yeah, that's what it was. If he runs Drill Run for our Excadrill and T-Tar, that means Haunter can beat this thing, which is interesting to know. Outside of that, I 100% expect him to bring Mega Beedrill, because it beats Mega Altaria. You cannot live a Poison Jab most of the time, and even unless we run Cotton Guard or a bulky set, which is interesting to know, but I'm gonna be not running that set. Up next we have Cincino. Very interesting. I don't expect him to bring it, but I'll still go over it. Pretty fast, 115 speed. Does get Skill Link, and it gets like Rock Slide, Tail Slap, Bullet Seed, and he can run like a coverage move or a U-turn. This thing can usually run like a Choice Scarf. It can run a Bandit. It can be I don't know, King's Rock to flinch things with Tail Whip. But we could run. The thing with Cincino is we have the chance to run like a Rocky Helmet kind of Pokemon, so that's why I just don't think Cincino is very good, because it has to run the Skill Link to be good, but Rocky Helmet kind of just walls that thing. But that's just me. Up next he has a Cresselia, another Pokemon I 100,000% expect him to bring. 120 HP, 120 defense, 130 special defense. Very, very threatening. Can run Calm Mind and just sweep teams because of how bulky this thing is. 75 attack is very, special attack isn't the greatest, but after a few Calm Minds, this thing will be hitting hard. But between Swords Dance, Excadrill, and Altaria and Celebi, we should be fine, hopefully. But Cresselia is probably going to get like 1 or 2 kills against us if this thing sets up Calm Mind, so we have to watch out for that. It does get Moonblast to hit our Altaria, so he's going to suffer some like 4th Moon Syndrome. Like he can run Calm Mind, Moonlight, Moonblast, and Psyshock, but then he can't touch Excadrill. So we have to. He's going to be kind of limited on what he can do. It will be interesting to see what he does. Up next, he has a Delphox, very fast, not very fast, but pretty fast Pokemon. Has 114 special attack, 100 speed, 100 special defense, and 104 speed. Really good Pokemon, in my opinion. I love Delphox. I've used it in the Super International League, which I haven't posted on here, but I made it to the finals in that league, and I got blown back because I'm bad. But other than that, that's not this league. This is a different one. Delphox is actually pretty good. It can run like Trick. It gets Calm Mind, Dazzling Gleam to hit our Altaria. Fire Blast. It gets Grass Knot. It gets Psyshock, so we have to watch out for that. And I'm pretty sure it gets Shadow Ball too, and like Signal Beam, typical like psychic moves. It gets Will-O-Wisp, and which is interesting to know. It does get Wish, so it can Wish support, but it doesn't have the best HP to do so. But neither does Mega Beedrill, so if he really wants to run a bulky Delphox, then he can be my guest as I take another sip of Gatorade. There we go. Also, he has a Raikou to wrap up his team, because Mega Beedrill gave him the points he was allowed to grab some higher tier Pokemon. Raikou has 115 in special attack and speed and 100 in special defense. One of the best, probably one of the best electro types in the format. Probably the second most diverse electro type too, which is interesting to know. To round out its moves, it gets Aura Sphere, it gets Crunch, Calm Mind, Discharge, Extra Sensory. It gets Iron Head, it gets Shadow Ball, Signal Beam, Thunderbolt, Thunder Wave, Volt Switch. And it can be like Assault Vest, it can be Calm Mind, and it can be Spec, so you have to watch out for that. Whether I think he's going to bring in that, 100%. I think the team he is most likely going to bring is Landorus, Scolipede, Vaporeon, Virizion, Mega Beedrill, and Raikou. I think those 6 are going to come. If it's not Raikou, it's going to be Cresselia. Those are the 2 I'm bouncing back between. I don't expect the I honestly don't expect the Mr. Mime. I don't expect Cincino. Delphox is a maybe, and Skuntank is a no way. And Tornadus is a maybe. I don't know. So that's that. Let's go over our team. Up first, we have the Drill, Excadrill, rocking that Swords Dance, Iron Head, Earthquake, X-Scissor. After Swords Dance, this thing will either OHKO or 2-hit KO everything on his team, no matter what it is. It could be a bulky Landorus and Iron Head still 2-hit KOs at +1, I believe. I'll have to double check. But Excadrill, after prior damage, I think. But Excadrill really punches holes in his team. I feel like it's going to get like 3 kills this match. That's how like confident I am. It might get all 6, I don't know. 110, this thing gets 405 attack without the Swords Dance, so even if we can't get the Swords Dance up, we're still going to be punching holes through his team. I'm probably going to, this is definitely our late game sweeper when we need it. Also, I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the video, but shoutouts to Flame and Heracross for helping me team build. I'll link his Twitter in the description. Go check that bro out. He helped me build this team, the last 2 you see, so he gave me some ideas and told me how bad I was, and then hopefully it pays out, so yeah. That's good. So, yep, the drills here, Sand Rush, Life Orb, Swords Dance, Iron Head, Earthquake, X, Scissor. 252 HP, 252 speed, and I just put the 4 there because our HP is already odd, so we don't need it. Up next, we have Godzilla, the Tyranitar, holding a Smooth Rock Sandstream with Ice Beam, Stealth Rocks, Toxic, and Earthquake. Interesting, I'm running Earthquake, but it hits his team better, in my opinion, than Stone Edge would, because Earthquake is honestly just there for the Raikou, because I feel like he might think he can Aura Sphere me, and then we can just bop him with a Earthquake instead of a Stone Edge. Even though Stone Edge does hit more on his team super effectively, I feel like the right coverage for the Raikou is more important in the long run, as you can see. That is just my opinion. I've debated between Stone Edge and Earthquake all the time, and it's one of those things where Tyranitar is better with Stone Edge, but in this situation, just because our team does not handle Raikou very well, I wanted to have the Earthquake on there just in case. Interesting IV spread. We have 252 in HP 104 with a relaxed nature, and defense 60 in special attack, 48 in special defense. We don't have anything in our attack, mainly because our attack is already pretty good. We're rocking relax, so we don't have to drop any of our stats, but we need. And the 48 is just in there so we can take hits better from the Raikou. In the sand, that is. And also things like his Tornadus if it's a special variant, and so on and so forth. Man, this Gatorade's good. We're rocking relax because we're not going to be outspeeding anything that I care about, so I thought the speed was not necessary in this situation. And yeah, so we're bringing a bulky Godzilla this week. Our plan is to most likely either lead with type. We're most likely either going to lead with we're going to either lead T-Tar if we yeah, we're going to either lead T-Tar or we're going to lead Altaria. That's probably the game plan. So you'll see our Altaria set in a second, and you'll know why. Excuse me. Alright, up next we have Cindy the Gastrodon, Storm Drain with leftovers, Toxic Clear Smog, Scald, and Recover, max HP, max defense, and like 4 in special attack, and my dog's barking again. This set is honestly here just to beat, or not beat, but combat his Scolipede or Mega Beedrill, which one he brings, even though he's probably going to bring both. Gastrodon can live a hit in Clear Smog, the Scolipede, if it starts setting up. Same with the Cresselia, so that's what this thing is here for. Cover is just for longevity, Toxic's for his Vaporeon and Cresselia, Scald's just for general stab. This thing can't really do much to a Vaporeon, but after we Toxic it, we can start like Clear Smogging and Recover stalling it, hopefully. And hopefully we can beat that thing one-on-one. So 9 times out of 10, his Vaporeon's not going to have HP Grass, so we don't have to worry about that, hopefully. So yeah, that's that. Up next, we have Nimbus, the Mega Altaria, rocking an interesting set this week with Dragonet's Return, Ice Beam, Outrage. We're rocking the Naughty Nature because if we have a defense drop, we actually can't live an Earthquake from the Landorus, which is interesting to know, or Poison Jab from Scolipede. But if we run the Naughty Nature, which is especially defense drop, we can live those hits, and there's not many special attackers on his team that I'm fearing, so we're good on there. Ice Beam actually will KO a offensive Landorus, and if he's defensive, he can't kill us, so we would be safe, and we would outspeed him anyways. We're rocking the Dragonets because Dragonet's Altaria just rips through his team. We're rocking Return, Ice Beam, Outrage again, like I said. He has no swap into this thing. His best swap-in would have been Landorus, but like I said, we have Ice Beam, so if he doesn't have Mega Beedrill, I'm leading this thing. I'm not even gonna lie. So that is that. So it's so if he doesn't have Mega Beedrill, we're gonna lead Altaria. If he does, we're either watching Godzilla or Celebi, like I said, or I don't think I said Celebi earlier, but I'm probably gonna lead Celebi if I see the Mega Beedrill. I'm gonna explain that in a bit. Up next we have Oops the Haunter rocking. This is the only week we're gonna be able to use it, so hopefully it does work. Rocking Choice Scarf, Shadow Ball, Psychic, Thunderbolt, and HP Ice. This will outspeed all of his team and not to mention that the Shadow Ball, Psychic, Thunderbolt, and HP Power Ice hits everything on his team for super effective damage. HP Ice almost gets the knockout on the. Well, I'm pretty sure it does actually. I'm pretty sure it will get the knockout. No, it doesn't. It comes close to getting the knockout on the Landorus Therian. Shadow Ball is just for stab and it hits his team super effective. Psychic is for his poison types, which he has a lot of, and Thunderbolt is for his Vaporeon and Thundurus Incarnate. So very interesting to note there that Haunter, even though I said in the freaking draft breakdown, won't see a match, it's seeing a match, so that's hilarious. Oh boy. Oh my gosh, this set. Oh. Up next, we have Celebabe the Celebi with a Life Orb, Natural Cure, Swords Dance, Sucker Punch, Seed Bomb, Zen Headbutt. My thought process was, if he has Mega Beedrill on his team, and I see on Team Prep, he's going to want to get his Mega Evolution off like right away. So my thought process was, oh, I see Mega Beedrill, I lead with my Celebi, he leads with Beedrill. Beedrill has to click Protect because if I click Psychic or Zen Headbutt against that thing, it will die. And because I will outspeed before he Mega Evolves, I can click Swords Dance, and then Sucker Punch KOs him on the U-turn, which is very interesting to note. Not to mention, this thing can actually punch holes in his team after a Swords Dance, so this is probably going to be our main wall breaker until we can get Excadrill and a safe amount of like range to kill things. Same with Altaria, whichever one I think has to do best. So that's what Haunter and Celebi are here to do, break down his team for Excadrill and Altaria. But if he does not have the Mega Beedrill, I'm not leading Celebi, so that's something to note. That's that. Like, hope you guys enjoyed. If you, whoops. If you guys, and check out that RU team though. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to hit that like button. Hope you guys did enjoy, by the way. Let me know who your favorite bug type is in League format. And like I said, mine is either Mega Beedrill or Scolipede, and he has both, so that's kind of crazy. Hope you guys enjoyed, like I said. And I'm making about. I need to go get something to drink. I need to go chill. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.